Question number 1. What is a negative 2 plus 7 minus a negative 8? Let's see, Carl. What's negative 2 plus 7 if we do these?
5.
So 5 and minus a minus makes it what? Plus 8, which is what? 13. Very good, Carl. Question 2. Because we have to cover all the chapters, so some of the stuff from chapter 1 is going to be a lot easier now since we've been practicing for a whole semester. And what do we have? Multiply this and multiply that. Negative 2x minus 6. Question 3. 6 times the quantity 1 minus x equals 4 times 2 minus x. Okay, distribute everything first. I'll take that. That'll be 6 minus what? 6x equals 4 times 2, 8 minus what? 4x. Now remember, that's a linear equation. You want all the x's on one side, all the numbers on the opposite side.
Can you switch? Can you switch together? Is there a specific step
Nope.
that you have to take?
No. Which one you want to switch?
Like if you put negative 4x over with 6.
Okay.
X.
So you want to take this one, move it to this side, and you want to take the 6, move it to that side. That's fine. So if you do that, the negative 6x didn't move. What about the negative 4x when you bring it to this side? Positive 4x equals 8. 8 didn't move, still 8. And the 6 becomes what? Negative 6. What's negative 6x plus 4x? Negative 2x equals what? 2. To solve for x, you divide by what? Negative 2. X equals negative 1. Number 4, solve. 6x greater than 8x minus 3. What do we do here?
Change the sign to equal.
Well, no, that's when you're trying to shade. That's when you have two variables there. You only have one variable. We solve it just like the previous one, just like an equation.
I would get the 8x over to the
Yep, bring the 8x to this side, and you will have what? 6x minus 8x greater than what? Negative 3. What's 6x minus 8x? Negative, right? And to solve for x, you got to do what now?
divide by negative 2.
Divide by negative 2. Is there anything we need to do when you divide by a negative number? There's something we have to do when you have an inequality and you divide that by a negative number.
Flip the sign.
Switch the sign of the inequality. And again, nothing to do with the minus 3 because you're dividing by a negative 2. So x is less than negative over negative, that's positive 3 over 2. So anytime you divide or multiply by a negative number, you switch the sign of the inequality. Solve for B. V equals base times height divided by 2, or B times H divided by 2. Okay, what do you think? What should we do?
Select the variable.
Well, before you isolate, because they're on one side, you get that little fraction there. Nobody likes fractions. So what's the best way to get rid of that 2 in the bottom?
Reverse the order.
How about you multiply both sides of the equation by 2? So you'll have what? 2 times V equals what? B times H. You have a multiplication. Now Jamie said isolate the B. Well, B is already isolated. I only see it on one side. But I have the H with it. And it's a multiplications. So what's the opposite to multiplications? Divide. Yes. So B equals what?
2V over H.
2V divided by H. Through which quadrant? That's what the question. Through which quadrant does the graph y equals negative x minus 7 pass? Through which quadrant? How would you graph y equals minus x minus 7? What's the easiest way?
X over Y.
You can, and do the x and y intercept. You can do that. Probably even easier if you just made a table of pick and value for x, color values for x, and find the y value. Let's pick 0, 1, and 2. You can do it that way. When you have y equals, that's probably the quickest way. When y equals 0, when x equals 0, the y value is what? What's negative 0 minus 7? Negative 7. When x equals 1, what's a negative 1 minus 7? Try again. Not negative 6. Negative 1, yep, negative. Minus 1 minus 7 is negative 8. When x is 2, that'd be minus 2 minus 7. What's a negative 2 minus 7? Negative 9. And now, I'll use my phone here to make an x and y axes. Zero, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 0 and negative 7. 1 and negative 8. 2 and negative 9. Just happen to have a graph paper, which is nice. So when you graph that line, extend it, because it doesn't stop. Which quadrant? Remember, this is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. This is quadrant 4. So through which quadrant does the graph pass? How about 2, 3, and 4? 2, 3, and 4. One, two, three. It goes through this, this, and that. You can see the line. Okay, number 7. Find the x/y intercept of 3x minus 2y equals 6. The x-intercept, what do? We let y equals to 0. And the y-intercept, you let what?
X equals 0?
Let x equals to 0. So if I'm looking for the x-intercept, I'm going to let y 0. Let's go to this, let y be 0. This is gone. We have 3x equals what? 6. What is x equal to? 2. So the x-intercept, it's 2 comma 0. X is 2, y is 0. The y-intercept, you let x be 0. Well, if x is 0, this is gone. Negative 2y equals 6. Y equals what? Negative 3. So as a point, that's what? 0 comma negative 3. Find the slope of the line through negative 2 comma 1 and negative 4 comma 1. Bless you. The slope m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Doesn't really matter which one, so I'll call the first point point 1, then this is x1, y1, x2, y2. What is y sub 2 minus y sub 1? Y sub 2 is 1 minus y sub 1, which is 1, over negative 4 minus negative 2. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. Negative 4 plus 2. 0 over negative 2, which is what? 0?
Undefined?
0. 0 on the bottom is undefined, not on the top.
Oh, okay. So no slope?
0 slope, not no slope. No slope means undefined. The slope is 0. Your line is horizontal. Doesn't change. Like if you have a flat yard, that's a slope of 0. There's no slope there. Find the equation of the line. And we know the slope for that. Slope equals 2. And the point We're giving you a slope and a point. The point is 0 and minus 1. So we have the slope and a point. Since you're looking for the equation of the line, what you need to use is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Y minus y sub 1. Y minus, what is y sub 1 here? Negative 1. So minus a negative 1 equals the slope, which is 2, x minus 0. Y plus 1 equals what? 2x. Move the plus 1 there, that becomes what? Y equals 2x minus the 1. I'm giving you, find the solution. Here we go. Question number 10. Find the solution to y is less than x minus 2. Now that's an equality with two variables. That's when you have to shade them, when you have x and y. If you only have x's or y, that's a one dimension, there's no shading. You solve them just like equations. So the first step, make it equal to find that line, y equals x minus 2. Now I need to graph that. And the easiest thing, again, I'll pick points. X versus y. When x is 0, what is 0 minus 2? Negative 2. When x is 1, what's 1 minus 2? How about a negative 1? When x is 2, what's 2 minus 2? 0. Zero minus 2 is this point. 1 and minus 1, that's this point. 2 and 0, that's that point. Now take a look, step number 2. Look where? Look right here. Do we have less than or equal or just less than?
Less than.
So that means when you connect these points, what are you going to use? A dotted line. A dotted line means the points on the line are not part of the solution. And step number 3, we're going to take a test point. A test point is what? Any point not on the line. When I say the line, that's the dotted line, this line. So you can pick any point, like 0, 0. I chose, for no reason, I picked 0, 0. I could have picked 1 and 10. Any point that's not on the line. Let's plug it in. That's that point right here. Is, plug into the original problem, 0 less than 0 minus 2. No. That means when it's no, you shade the side, bless you, opposite to the test point. shade the side opposite to the test point. Now let's listen to that. The test point is on this side, above the line, above it. You're going to shade the side opposite to above, which is what? Below the line. So your solution, which quadrant? 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 4. There's some here, there's a little piece here, and there's a lot of big chunk right here in 4. Number 11. Find the slope y equals 6. What's the slope of that? Well, what does y equals 6 looks like? If you were to graph y equals to 6, what does it look like? Try again. Horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's not high enough. We'll go by 2. 2, 4, 6. Y equals to 6 is this line. What is the slope of that line?
There's no slope.
0 slope. Zero. You don't say there's no slope. No slope means it doesn't have an answer. But I know what you meant. No slope when the line up and down, vertical. That does not have. So 0 is the slope, actually. Carl. Because it's the rise over the run. There's no rise here. $12 is the point -1, 2 a solution to the system. I'm going to give you the two equations. X plus y equals 1. 3x minus 2y equals -7. Is that point a solution? Is -1, 2 a solution? Well, how do we know if that's a solution? Plug it in, has to be yes to both. When x is -1, y is 2, does that equal to 1? Yes, that's good. Let's plug it here. 3 times a -1 minus 2 times 2, does that equal to 7? That's -3. I mean -6, sorry. -6. That's negative what? 4. Does that equal to negative here? Does that equal to -7?
Yes. No.
No. So is that point a solution? No.
I didn't know that the quizzes were open too, so I spent a good chunk of the night doing it.
Oh, they closed yesterday, I think, right?
Yep.
So if both aren't the right answer, then
It has to be yes and yes to both to be a solution. $3y, I'm sorry, that's a y, equals -5x minus 12. And the question solve that. Solve for x and y. Well, it's already telling me what y is equal to, right? It makes sense to use substitution. Replace y by the value of y, which is what? Negative 1/3 x equals negative 5x minus 12. And when you multiply these two numbers, what's going to happen to the 3's here? Cancel out, yep. So you're going to end up with minus 1x equals negative 5x minus 12. Can we solve it for x now?
Isolate x.
Yep, bring that negative 5x to this side, becomes positive 5x minus 1x equals negative 12. What's 5x minus 1x? 4x equals negative 12. What is x equal to? Negative 3. Good. That's x. We need to find y now. I know y equals negative 1/3 x. So let's replace x with negative 3. What's a minus times a minus? Positive. That's 3 over 1. 1 times 3 is 3 over 3. Y equals 2, 1. Negative 3 comma 1. Solve for b. That's what this question. A minus 2b equals 1. 3a plus 2b equals 3. I want to solve for b. That means I don't want to get rid of b. If I add them, I cancel b. I can add, you know what? I can solve for b and a. Go ahead. Use the elimination method. If you add them, what will happen?
B's will cancel.
Yep. What do you have? A and 3a, which is what? 4a equals 4. What is a equal to? 1. If you know a, can you find b?
Yes.
Grab either equation. I'll take the first one, no reason. A is 1. 1 minus 2b is equal to 1. Take that 1 there. Negative 2b equals 1 minus 1, which is what?
0.
0, which means b equals to 0. So I found a and b, not just b. Two x plus 4 minus x squared minus x squared minus 2x minus 4. This is from chapter 5, I think. Just had a test on it yesterday.
Get rid of the parentheses.
Yep, so that'll be what? 2x plus 4 minus x squared. This minus is going to change all the sign. That becomes negative x squared plus 2x plus the 4. Can we collect like terms? These two. That will make it what? Negative 2x squared. Let's look at the x's. Right here and right here. What's 2x and 2x? 4x. And what about this one with this? Plus 8. Simplify. 3a to the 0, and a does not equal to 0. A to the 0 is what? 1. So that's 3 times 1, which is what? 3. They said A doesn't equal to 0 because 0 to 0 can't do it.
What that meant
Yep.
yesterday. I got confused
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, 0 to 0 is error. Can't be. Undefined. So that's why it can't be a 0, that number. Anything to the 0 power is always a 1 except the 0.
Gee, I thought there was a catch.
Nope. 2 to the 4th times 2 to the 7th. What do you do when you multiply? Add the exponent. 4 and 7? 11. 18. A to the 10th over A to the 15. Subtract. That's A to what power? Try again. 10 minus 15, which is negative 5, right? But you can't leave it as negative exponent.
So it's going to be 1.
That's 1 over A to the 5. Try and rush through it. Try to do as many problems as I can. 2x to the minus 1, y the whole thing to the minus 1. Again, power to power you multiply. 2 to the negative 1, x to what power? How about positive 1? You're multiplying. Y to what power? Negative 1. We don't like negative exponents. Cross the line, change the sign. Any negative exponents. If it's on the top, bring it to the bottom and change the sign of that to a positive. So x to the 1, which is x. 2 to the minus 1 becomes 2 to the 1. Y to the 1. Eight x squared times 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Distribute that one. What's 8 times 3? 24x to what power? 4th. Good. You add the exponent. This will be a minus. 8 times 2. X to what power? 3rd. Plus 8 times 1. X to what power? 2nd. I can use the FOIL method here, or I can use that special case that says a minus b times a plus b. The result is what? A squared minus b squared. So if I want to use that special case instead of the FOIL method, take the first term, which is 2x, and square it. Take the second one, which is 3, and square it. When you take the 2x and you square it, what do you have? 4x squared. What's 3 squared? 9. I can squeeze maybe 2 more problems. Divide 18x to the 6 plus 15x to the third by 3x squared. Again, I'm going to divide each one of them by 3x squared. What's 18 divided by 3? X to what power? 4, yep. Plus, what's 15 divided by 3? X to what power?
There. It's canceled out.
Cancels out. Gone. That's it. One more.
Is there gonna be any like percents and stuff like that on the final?
No, we didn't cover that here, right? I don't know, whatever. This is actually a copy of an old final exam. So if you didn't see it here, doesn't mean you won't see it, but I don't think we covered percent. It was pre-algebra. This one actually means multiply it by itself. Now, I can use the FOIL method again here, or I can use the shortcut. The shortcut says if you have a minus b times a minus b, that's equal to what? A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And if it's addition, that'll be what? A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. We have a subtractions here, so I'll use the top one. My answer should be take the first piece and square it. So 8x squared, square it, minus 2 times the first piece, 8x squared, times the second piece, which is 1, plus square the second term, which is 1. What is 8x squared squared? What's 8 squared? 64. X to the fourth. 2 times 8, which is what? 16x squared. Plus, what's 1 squared? 1.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Up there for the divide, you have 3x to the second power.
Which
How
one?
did you get
Which one?
for 22 for divide?
Yep.
How did you get it to 3x to the third power?
3x to the third. Oh,
Or,
I goofed here. Sorry, my mistake. That's a 2. Is that the bottom one?
yeah,
My mistake. Yep.
so it'd be
Yeah. So
5x
15 divided by 3, which is 5. What's x cubed divided by x squared?
X.
X. Yep. Thank you. I fell asleep.